Welcome to a special edition of Raiders Talk of the Nation. With the conclusion of the NFL regular season, it gives us the perfect opportunity to reflect on everything that happened on and off the field. From Grammy winners to rock and roll Hall of Famers, Disney stars, and world-renowned marching bands, this season had the best in entertainment because only here can fans have it all.
Allegiant Stadium, also known as the Death Star, a shimmering black diamond in the desert. It was said since day one that if it is built, they will come. Above all, Raider Nation, this is your home.
When I move, you move. Just like that.
When superstar acts aren't performing at halftime, fans are entertained by the Raiders house band. While other teams have drum lines, Allegiant is home to the only orchestra in the NFL comprised of more than 20 instruments.
What's up, Raider Nation? It's your boy, Mark Chinook. We are here with David Perico, the leader of Raider Nation House Band. Every Sunday they bring it. How cool is it that you are the front man, the leader of this incredible band every Sunday for the Las Vegas Raiders?
Thanks, Mark. It's an honor. From Mark Davis all the way up, everybody up top that wants to have a live 19-piece band, which is Pop Strings Orchestra, that we expanded to 19 every game, playing with Rolling Stones, AC/DC, Metallica, Earth, Wind & Fire. It's awesome.
How did this come about? How did they contact you? How did you end up getting to where you are right now with the Raiders organization?
Actually, everybody in entertainment was auditioning bands, potential bands. And Pop Strings Orchestra was in residency at Caesar's Palace before we shut down. And so they did some homework and asked us to come in and audition, which was about 3 or 4 times we played for them to audition and write some stuff for them, and they chose us.
Unbelievable. I've known David for a long time now. I've been in Vegas almost 9 years, and you do so much in the community. You help us out with our Monday Start program. What does it mean to you to be a part of not only the Las Vegas community and all the work that you do, but now a part of the Las Vegas Raiders family?
Oh, being a part of the Las Vegas community, like you said, we just absolutely love to be involved in everything that you're doing, anything that we can do with the Raiders right now. It's on a whole other level for us. We absolutely think it's great for live entertainment too. It doesn't matter if it's a 2-piece band, 3-piece, or a 19-piece. It's just great for live entertainment all over the world.
For those of you who don't know also, David, his entire band is made up of the best professional musicians in Las Vegas, most of them currently performing on the Strip with headliners. I just saw Chandra, your violin player, featured with Shania Twain, who just opened her residency. Talk about your band and the makeup for a second, because they truly are the best in the business.
Oh, that's right. Everybody in the band also plays either their own headlining show or they play with headliners. Rod Stewart, Celine Dion, Aerosmith, Shania Twain, Mark Anthony, Santana. The list goes on, with everybody here. And the diversity of the band here, as you can see, we got a lot of girl power.
Yeah.
The string section is all girls, it's awesome.
What's next? Ideally, what do you want to do next? Because sky's the limit. Every time I turn around in Vegas, Perico's bands are somewhere. What's next?
It's hard to predict right now. I'm pretty much just both feet on the ground.
Yeah.
We'll take one game at a time, one day at a time, but I'd love to be touring with the band as well.
Amazing. Listen, Raider Nation, it's David Perico and the Raiders House Band. They make Sunday games so special here in Las Vegas.
Coming up, two worlds collide as Max Crosby eyes the UFC.
As a kid, I was watching The Ultimate Fighter and everything like that.
So now that's right next door.
Alec Ingold talks about his work in the community.
It puts everything into perspective when you're able to help someone else out.
And Darren Waller gives someone a supersized surprise.
Thank you.
Raiders Talk of the Nation is brought to you by Intermountain Healthcare, official health partner of the Las Vegas Raiders. Discover your inner champ at raiders.com/champ. Allegiant, the official airline of the Las Vegas Raiders. Low fares, nonstop flights. Book now, only at allegiant.com. And by Coors Light, an official beer of Raider Nation, made to chill.
Is there a football position that lends itself well to maybe succeeding in UFC?
The NFL is a very big crossover with the UFC.
The crossover between the NFL and the UFC continues to be strong, as Dana White mentioned earlier this season on the show. And Raiders team captain Max Crosby stopped by to get the ultimate tour of the UFC facility from the boss.
My name is Max Crosby. I play defensive end for the Raiders.
Mahomes doesn't see it, and he gets crushed by Max Crosby.
Moving to Vegas, everybody was excited. You think about the Strip and everything like that. But I've noticed that, Vegas is a tight-knit community. When I was young, my dad had UFC on the TV all the time. Me and my brother fell in love with it, and we've been following ever since.
How about an exclamation point to end the night?
Getting to meet Dana White, the boss man, and we're going to be talking football, fighting, Vegas, and city life.
What do you think?
It's insane. It's insane. I want to move in.
Is this your first time?
First time.
You've never been here? Mm-hmm. Right here, this is a statue of Joe Louis, Caesar's Palace. They shut down the sports book and did a replica, but did it in bronze. And I actually like that one better than the original. This is our garage. Look at this bad boy over here. Uh-oh. This car has literally everything that you can do to it. The stereo system is ridiculous.
So this is like exclusive.
I don't even know how many of these actually exist in this country, but
I want one now.
Come on in here.
Oh yeah, I know this room. This is the, this week we got, boom, boom, boom. We do all the videos.
What's up, everybody? It is Fight Week again, live this Saturday night from the Apex here in Las Vegas. And this is literally the heart and soul of the entire company. If you don't know, now you know. My office is right down the hall. That's a real samurai.
Okay.
Those are his swords over there. He was a badass swordsman, and this was actually the first guy to ever fight with two swords. And then these guitars up here, the two on the top are Fleas from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. That's signed by all three of the Beastie Boys. And then the bottom one there is Rage Against the Machine. Those are my three favorite bands.
So what about being in Vegas, what makes it important to be here, having a home base?
Well, this was our hometown, number one. Number two, this is, looked at as the fight capital of the world. Some of the biggest fights of all time have happened here. We were the first real sports franchise in Vegas. We were like their first home team, if you will.
Yeah.
Where we grew up, this is where we raised our families, and this is where we chose to run our business.
For me, as a kid, I was watching The Ultimate Fighter and everything like that. Where is all that? Where's that all run in Vegas? How's that work?
Yeah, that's right next door. You see it right there, that's the Apex.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's all there now, which is really nice. It's a state-of-the-art place, and it was built and designed for fighting. And this is the Performance Institute here. And the reason that we built this place was nothing like this had ever been done in combat sports before, in the fight world. We would have a fighter blow his ACL. We'd send him to a doctor, he'd get fixed, and we'd be like, let us know when you're ready to fight again. The NFL doesn't do that. They make sure that you're with the right people to teach you how to train to come back from this injury. And we knew that this sport needed that and had never been done before. So that's why we built this place. So what made you get into football instead of MMA?
Yeah, so my dad, he played football his whole life, and my brother, he got into football in second grade. So for me, I was a little bit younger, so I was itching to go in there. So I've been playing, I think, since I was 6, 7 years old. So
you knew young that this is what you were gonna do.
100%. I fell in love with it since I was little. So what about Vegas is, unique?
It's the most unique city on earth. Everything is 24 hours. You can go anywhere and do anything. There's always action. There's always something going on. This is a place where you can leave your house with $10, go eat dinner, go to a show, go party all night, and come home with $50. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
There's no other place on earth like that.
Literally no place on earth.
It's the best.
I know you have a son who plays football and everything like that. How is, I know he plays in college. How is that, how's that going for him?
Yeah, listen, I'm a huge football fan. I love it. Yeah. And it's funny, he grew up in a house really dominated by fighting, but this kid grew up loving the game of football. So it's been a really cool journey for him. He loves it, he works hard at it, and it's been fun for me.
Absolutely, I bet. That's my dad. I know when I went to college, it was like, he was my coach when I was little, and I went to college, it was like the most insane thing to him, and he's at every game, so I can't even imagine.
Then you land in Oakland, and then you hear you're going to Vegas. What did you think when you heard you were coming here?
It's been amazing. Being in Oakland, getting to experience at least a year there, seeing that crowd, it's the next level. And then coming to Vegas, like you said, Vegas, there's no place like it. So we just been looking forward to having the full experience, having the fans. They got like a club in one of the end zones, and that's Raiders, in and out. So we're definitely in Vegas, exactly. So I think it's gonna be perfect, and it's gonna be a big deal, yeah.
So you liking the Vegas experience so far? You love it?
I love it, I love it.
Welcome to Vegas, brother.
Yes, sir, thank you so much.
Up next, from one team captain to another, I catch up with fullback Alec Ingold to talk about his teammates, his hopes for the future, and his important work in the community.
This segment of Raiders Talk of the Nation has been brought to you by Modelo, a taste that's pure gold, brewed for those with a fighting spirit.
Welcome back to this special edition of Raiders Talk of the Nation. At just 25 years old, Alec Ingold has quickly become a fan favorite on the Raiders roster for his openness, leadership, and work in the community. Alec, thank you so much for joining us. So you and the team, you personally and the team, have really gone through a lot this season. What was going through your mind when you watched the team win that insane game on Sunday?
About a million things.
Okay.
First, just trying to keep the heart rate down. I was up in the coach's box, and it's just a helpless feeling.
So you were just stressed when they won?
Yeah, I was stressed the whole time. I couldn't, we saw Justin Herbert, play a perfect game, and you see Max just giving his all, and I just want to be out there with Josh and help these guys out as much as I can. You saw the guys that you came in with 3 years ago just grow up right in front of your eyes, win a huge game when all the chips were on the table. There was a huge sense of pride with that.
I read the open letter that you put out before the game on Sunday. What was it that inspired you to get that out so that everyone could see it?
Being on IR has definitely been its own mental challenge. It's been its own mental hurdle. So trying to define that role on the team or how you can help the guys as much as possible. I was, one night I was just bummed. I couldn't be out on the field. It's my first injury that's kind of major, so I just kind of wrote out a therapeutic letter. And, after thinking about it, revising it a little bit, I brought it up to Coach Rich and shared it with him, and, thought this is something that the guys could maybe rally around and kind of, just try and shine the light on the positive that's been happening with this team.
Yeah.
And it was pretty cool to be able to move forward, make it public, and see the outreach that the fans really, gravitated towards.
Do you think it helped?
I don't know. I hope it helped. I'm doing everything I can to help out, and obviously it's not on the field, but any little bit, I think, you can believe goes in the right direction.
Did anybody that sticks out to you reach out after they read that letter?
Yeah, I think it was cool to see the guys in the locker room, just in the tubs or locker room or practice field, whatever it was, just talk about it, read it. Everyone was on their phones and stuff, so to be able to share that and be open with someone, be kind of vulnerable, it was a little nerve-wracking for me, but to see the outreach and just be the best version of the guys, just put it out there and say all the great things that they've been doing. There's no lies in that, and you can be confident in what you see every day and what you go to work with every day.
One thing that you mentioned in the letter is that the fans and the team, you still are kind of getting to know each other. What kind of an impact do they really have on you?
They have a huge impact. Being able to have a community that you can rally around or have some sort of relationship, some sort of interaction with, that's what gives you an identity. That's what kind of pushes you when times get tough. That's when the fourth quarter, overtime, everyone's stressed, and you feel that connection, you feel that angst, that want, that will to win. That's the environment, that's the team, that's the community all coming together at Allegiant Stadium and creating a win for the guys.
I mean, everything started out so well for you guys, and then amongst all the loss, you tear your ACL. What was the hardest part about having that happen?
The toughest part was just not being able to finish out a season. Like I said earlier, it's the first time I've had to sit on the sidelines, especially when you got games that are meaningful at the end of the game, or at the end of the season, excuse me. So not being out there with the guys week in, week out, being in the grind, that's kind of my thing. And I just miss it so much. I miss the tough, the adversity, the ups and downs, and that's why I'm trying to stay involved as much as possible. It's been a huge mental hurdle. I'm trying to always do things as best, as fast, as efficient as possible, and you got 6 to 8 months, you can't do anything.
Yeah.
No matter how good you feel.
Well, you're definitely having to find new ways to inspire the team. You're also inspiring the community and inspiring people to learn about adoption, which I know is a really important cause for you. What was it that inspired you to start to share that very personal journey with others?
You create an environment of connection, right? Like that's what we're doing right here. And that's what I love to do. Creating an environment where you can connect with someone, have a real conversation and just be real with one another, I think is something that I'm always craving. Kids that are going through adoption obviously have tough identity battles that they have to go through, and then being able to look at me and I can be honest and be like, I've gone through that same stuff. It's been tough to look into a mirror and being a different race than the people that raised you, and all of those things are real issues that I've had to deal with. And if a kid can say, I can find some relatability with this NFL football player, then let's do it. Let's have that connection. Let's have those conversations.
Last week, you were also able to give back to local families. You provided supplies, clothing, and toys for students. Let's take a look at that.
Here at Strong Start Academy at Lorenzi is one of the 13 centers that we have for Head Start and Early Head Start throughout the Las Vegas Valley.
It's good to have the kids back. It's cool to see this place and the impact that they have on a daily basis. The center is pretty outstanding in what they're able to do for these kids.
Alec and the Raiders decided to create a resource room for this location. They brought clothes, they brought diapers, they brought toys. That's the big one. The big hit was the toys.
So families that haven't been able to provide or fallen on hard times, obviously it's a tough time for everybody. So we got the Raiders in on it, the NFL, and then myself. We're able to get all this stuff for some kids and just kind of help support different areas in the community.
It really is exciting. I mean, they are really boots on the ground inside our community. So we've done things, shoes with them, we've done foster care events with them. Today is preschool. So those are all things that are near and dear to us in Clark County.
Do you guys know this book? We see a brown bear.
Kids are sponges, so the earlier that we get them in and get them educated, the better. And it was apparent when he read the book, Brown Bear, the kids knew it by heart, they knew the next pages, so it's always great to see them interacting and really, absorbing everything that's out there.
But it's something that will stick with them for years to come, especially as the Raiders continue on to do well. They'll be able to point at the TV and say, I know that guy. To have resources that come to us by the Raiders and by Alec is a great day.
To get this resource room kind of set up and start on the right foot is really cool to be a part of.
So when you step out into the community and you're able to do community events like that, obviously that brings joy to a ton of people, but what does it do for you?
Being a part of that and seeing the smile on a kid's face or sparking a kid's eye when they get it, something just means a little bit extra. It's invigorating, it's motivating, it's inspiring. I remember growing up in Green Bay and that was the feel I had anytime I got to see an NFL football player. So it is such a two-way street. There's a full circle moment to it, and it just makes you realize what you do this thing for, what you have a platform for, what you want to spread positivity in the world for. It puts everything into perspective when you're able to help someone else out.
Well, Alec, we still have a few more things that we're going to cover with you, so please don't go anywhere, and we'll be right back here on Raiders Talk of the Nation.
This segment of Raiders Talk of the Nation has been brought to you by Coors Light, an official beer of Raider Nation made to chill. Raiders Talk of the Nation has been brought to you by Credit One Bank, the official credit card of the Las Vegas Raiders, and by Allegiant, the official airline of the Las Vegas Raiders. Low fares, nonstop flights. Book now, only at Allegiant.com.
In one word, how would you describe the past season?
overcome. We've overcome a lot. We've overcome adversity. We've gotten stronger through adversity. You're faced with challenges and obstacles and situations, and this team has overcome them. We have gone through it, and we've grown from it.
What do you want Las Vegas to know about this franchise?
I want you guys to know that we are so dedicated to being the best we can possibly be, on the field and off the field. A lot of guys have a lot of amazing things that they're doing off the field. Please support that. I know that we're reaching out and we're trying to build a relationship as best as possible. But the people in this organization are high character guys that care about one another. We've shown that on the football field, and we want to be able to symbolize that moving forward into the Las Vegas community. Whether we're in season, out of season, whatever, we're going to be doing a bunch of different things to be able to grow that message, that meaning behind just trying to be the best we can possibly be.
And Alec's work earned him the Walter Payton Man of the Year nomination last season. This year's nominee is none other than Darren Waller, and he gave the surprise of a lifetime for a deserving local. Here's a sneak peek.
And that's really what's changing the lives of people. Is like, people see me and, on the field, and they see, what's possible, but he's walking with these people every day in those facilities where it was like almost like a make or break for me when I was in that rehab facility, and he's around these people all the time. So, it's just amazing, man. And I wanted to give you a little something.
Thank you.
Too, man.
You can watch the full feature on Raiders.com and the official Raiders YouTube page. And you can help Darren win this year's Walter Payton Man of the Year award with the click of a button. If he's chosen, his charity of choice will receive a $10,000 donation to help support youth in their recovery and treatment journey. Be sure to vote on Twitter by using the hashtag WPMOYChallenge. Voting closes January 17th. I'm Kristine Leahy, and thank you so much for joining us on this special edition of Raiders Talk of the Nation.